Welcome to my channel, Old Coins History 333. In this video, I tell you about the United States of America Kennedy half dollar, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. The United States is known for its rich history, and one of the most iconic coins to commemorate that history is the Kennedy half dollar, particularly the special edition minted in 1776 to 1976. This coin was produced to celebrate the bicentennial of the United States, marking 200 years since the nation's founding. While the Kennedy half dollar was already a staple in American currency, the 1776 to 1976 edition took things to a whole new level, not just in design, but also in its place within the world of coin collecting. If you're like most people, the Kennedy half dollar might just be another coin that you've seen in circulation, or maybe it's tucked away in a drawer somewhere, forgotten. But what many don't realize is that certain versions of this coin, especially the 1776 to 1976 edition, have incredible value. The special bicentennial version features some distinctive design elements that set it apart from other Kennedy half dollars, and it's these subtle differences that have made this coin highly desirable for collectors around the world. The first thing you'll notice about the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar is the reverse design. The standard Kennedy half dollar features the portrait of President John F. Kennedy on the obverse, but for the bicentennial edition, the reverse was altered to include a depiction of the Liberty Bell superimposed over the moon. This design was a nod to both America's revolutionary history and the modern space age, a fitting tribute for a country that was celebrating 2 centuries of independence. The words 1776 to 1976 are boldly inscribed to emphasize the bicentennial theme, making this coin an important historical artifact. However, the appeal of the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar goes beyond its eye-catching design. This coin was minted in massive quantities, and it was widely circulated during the bicentennial celebrations. As a result, the vast majority of these coins don't carry a premium above their face value. But just like any other coin, there are some factors that can make a specific example of this coin much more valuable. For most people, a 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar is worth just 50 cents. But for collectors, the value can skyrocket depending on the coin's condition, its rarity, and any potential errors it may have. One of the most important aspects of a coin's value is its condition. The closer a coin is to its original, uncirculated state, the more valuable it becomes. A well-preserved Kennedy half dollar, with sharp details and no signs of wear, can be worth far more than a coin that's been circulated extensively. The better the condition, the higher the price collectors are willing to pay. However, things get even more exciting when we start talking about minting errors. Minting errors are mistakes that occur during the production process, and these errors can make a coin extremely valuable. While the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar was produced in large quantities, there are still a few rare examples that contain errors, and these can be worth a small fortune. The most sought-after errors are things like double strikes, where the coin is struck twice by the same die, creating a blurry or doubled image. A double-struck 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar could be worth much more than a coin without any errors, especially if the mistake is particularly noticeable. Another type of minting error to look out for is a misaligned die, which can cause part of the design to be off-center or missing. These off-center strikes are rare, and the more extreme the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. While most 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollars are not worth much more than their face value, those with minting errors or exceptional characteristics can command incredible prices. But the real jackpot for collectors comes when you find a 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar in exceptional condition, with or without a minting error. The rarity and desirability of these coins, particularly those in mint state, have led some of them to sell for incredible amounts at auctions. In fact, one such coin, a pristine example with a remarkable feature, sold for an eye-popping amount. Hold on to your seat, because here's the amazing part. One of the rarest and most valuable 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollars ever sold went for a staggering price of $90,000. That's right, $90,000 for a single coin that originally cost just 50 cents. It's incredible to think about how much a coin, which may seem like just another part of your spare change, could be worth when it's in the right condition or contains the right error. For coin collectors, The hunt for rare coins like this is what makes the hobby so thrilling. A simple 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar could hold the key to a hidden treasure, and with the right combination of rarity, condition, and potential minting errors, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. So, the next time you come across a 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar, take a closer look, check the condition, look for any unique characteristics, and keep an eye out for minting errors. You never know. That coin you think is just a piece of change could end up being worth a lot more than you think. In the world of coin collecting, you might just find a gem that could be worth $90,000. Top 2. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar is one of the most interesting and valuable coins in U.S. numismatic history. This particular coin, which was issued by the United States Mint, holds significant historical value. Not only is it a piece of American heritage, but it's also a sought-after collector's item, with certain variations of the coin fetching extraordinary prices. The Kennedy half-dollar was first introduced in 1964 to honor the late President John F. Kennedy following his tragic assassination. Over the years, these coins have undergone various design and composition changes, with the 1971 version being especially unique in terms of its production. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar is part of a series that was minted after the U.S. government decided to shift the composition of these coins from 90% silver to a clad composition of copper-nickel. This change was made to reduce costs and increase the longevity of the coin. The Kennedy half-dollar minted in 1971 features the famous profile of President Kennedy on the obverse, designed by artist Gilroy Roberts, and the reverse shows the heraldic eagle from the Great Seal of the United States, designed by Frank Gasparo. Now, if you have a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar, you might be wondering, what makes it special and valuable? Like many coins, the value can depend on several factors, including its condition, rarity, and whether it's part of a special minting error or variation. For most collectors, a standard 1971 Kennedy half-dollar in average condition might be worth only a few dollars. But what makes the 1971 coin stand out in the eyes of enthusiasts are the rare, high-quality specimens and those that feature minting errors, such as double strikes or off-center errors. The minting errors can make certain coins incredibly valuable. Some 1971 Kennedy half-dollars were mistakenly struck with flaws during the production process, and these errors often create a unique coin with a story to tell. If you have a rare specimen in mint condition, or one with a rare error, it could be worth much more than the typical market price. Coins like these are highly sought after by collectors who want to add a piece of history to their collection. It's not just the historical significance that adds value, but the rarity and quality of the coin that makes collectors eager to pay top dollar for the right piece. In fact, there's a particular 1971 Kennedy half-dollar that was sold at auction for an incredible amount of money, setting the stage for what could be the highest price ever paid for this series. This specific coin had a grade of MS 67, which is considered nearly perfect by numismatic standards. The condition of the coin, combined with its rarity, made it extremely desirable. The final sale price of this rare coin reached an astonishing $95,000. That's right. This rare 1971 Kennedy half-dollar fetched a jaw-dropping $95,000 at auction. This goes to show that with the right combination of condition, rarity, and perhaps a unique feature or error, a coin that may seem common at first glance can be worth far more than its face value. So, if you happen to come across a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar, make sure to carefully examine it. Look for any minting errors, check its condition, and consider having it professionally graded. If you find a rare version of this coin, it could be worth more than you could have ever imagined. In conclusion, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar serves as a reminder of both American history and the fascinating world of coin collecting. While most of these coins may only be worth a few dollars, the rare ones can reach astronomical values. If you're lucky enough to have one of these rare coins in your collection, you could very well be sitting on a small fortune. The value of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar could be much more than what you'd expect, and in some cases, it could be worth $95,000. Top 3. The 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is a coin that many collectors overlook, but it has a fascinating history and some surprising value in the right circumstances. When people think of valuable U.S. coins, they often jump to rare editions or unique errors. However, even seemingly common coins like the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar can hold significant worth, especially for those in the know. Let's take a closer look at the 1973 Kennedy half dollar, which was part of a series minted during a transitional period in U.S. coinage. The coin features the iconic profile of President John F. Kennedy on the obverse, designed by artist Gilroy Roberts. On the reverse, you'll find the familiar heraldic eagle, created by Frank Gasparo. This design was used on Kennedy half dollars for several years and is a timeless tribute to the late president. In 1973, the Kennedy half dollar was made with a clad composition, which means it was composed of copper nickel, not silver. This was a significant change from the earlier years of production when the coin was made from 90% silver. The shift to copper nickel helped reduce costs for the U.S. Mint and increased the durability of the coin, which meant they could be used longer without wearing down as quickly. However, this also meant that the 1973 Kennedy half dollar didn't carry the same intrinsic silver value as the earlier coins did. While the lack of silver might have made the 1973 coin less interesting to investors at the time, it didn't diminish its importance in the world of coin collecting. Many collectors today still search for high-quality versions of this coin, as well as any examples that might feature errors or unique characteristics. The truth is, the value of a 1973 Kennedy half dollar can vary greatly, depending on its condition, rarity, and whether it has been altered in some way. One of the biggest factors that contribute to the value of a coin like the 1973 Kennedy half dollar is its grade. Coins that are in mint condition, or graded as MS 65 or higher, are far more valuable than those with visible wear or damage. Mint state coins are often carefully preserved, meaning they have been kept in pristine condition and show little to no signs of handling or circulation. In addition to the condition, another factor that could increase the value of a 1973 Kennedy half dollar is the presence of a minting error. Coins that feature errors like double strikes, off-center strikes, or other anomalies can be extremely valuable, as these mistakes are rare and make the coin unique. Collectors are always on the lookout for these types of variations, and if you happen to find a 1973 Kennedy half dollar with an error, it could drastically increase the value of your coin. So, how much is a 1973 Kennedy half dollar worth? For the majority of coins, the value will generally be around its face value, a couple of dollars at best. However, as with most coins, there are exceptions. A 1973 Kennedy half dollar in exceptional condition or with a rare minting error can sell for much higher amounts. In fact, there's a famous example of a 1973 Kennedy half dollar that sold for an extraordinary amount of money. This particular coin was graded MS 67, which is considered near perfect in the world of coin collecting. The flawless condition of the coin, combined with its rarity, caused it to attract intense interest from collectors. When it hit the auction block, it fetched an incredible price of $92,000. This example goes to show that even coins that seem relatively common, like the 1973 Kennedy half dollar, can have immense value under the right circumstances. The key to determining the value of your coin lies in its condition, rarity, and whether it has any special characteristics. If you come across a high-grade or error coin from this year, don't be quick to dismiss it. It could very well be worth much more than you expect. To wrap it all up, the 1973 Kennedy half dollar might not be the first coin that comes to mind when thinking of valuable U.S. currency. However, if you have a well-preserved coin or one with a minting error, you might just have a hidden gem in your collection. While the standard version of this coin may not be worth much, certain rare specimens can fetch surprising sums. As we've seen, the value of a 1973 Kennedy half dollar can reach $92,000. Top 4. The 1983 Kennedy half dollar might not be the first coin that comes to mind when you think of valuable U.S. currency, but it's one that has piqued the interest of collectors and investors alike. The Kennedy half dollar series, which was first introduced in 1964, continues to captivate numismatists with its timeless design and the intriguing history behind the coin. While most of the Kennedy half dollars from the 1980s are relatively common, there's one particular 1983 coin that has gained considerable attention due to its potential value. When the U.S. Mint released the 1983 Kennedy half dollar, it was part of a broader trend in the U.S. government's coinage policy. By this time, the half dollar was no longer in circulation as heavily as it once was. In fact, most half dollars minted in the 1980s were intended primarily for collectors and not for general use. The 1983 coin was struck from a clad composition, meaning it was made from copper and nickel, rather than the earlier silver versions that were so highly sought after on the obverse. The coin features the well-known profile of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts. This portrait remains one of the most iconic and beloved images in U.S. numismatic history. On the reverse, you'll find the Great Seal of the United States, designed by Frank Gasparro, with an eagle clutching an olive branch and arrows. The design of the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar remains faithful to this original look, and while it may seem simple at first glance, it is this design that has made the coin so recognizable and enduring. Now, if you happen to stumble upon a 1983 Kennedy half-dollar, you might wonder how much it's worth. For the majority of coins in circulation, their value is likely to be close to their face value. However, as with any coin, there are some factors that can significantly increase its worth, especially when it comes to collecting and investing in rare specimens. One of the main factors that determine a coin's value is its condition. Coins that are in near-perfect condition, or those that are graded highly by professional coin grading services, can be worth a great deal more than their counterparts in average or poor condition. A coin's grade is a reflection of its appearance, including its luster, the amount of wear it has, and whether it has any visible marks, scratches, or blemishes. The highest graded 1983 Kennedy half-dollar coins are considered the most valuable. Another important factor is whether the coin has any minting errors or unique features. Mint errors occur when a coin is struck improperly, resulting in imperfections that make it stand out from the rest of the coins in circulation. A mint error can take many forms, including double strikes, off-center strikes, or other anomalies. These errors are extremely rare, and collectors eagerly hunt for coins that exhibit them. If you happen to find a 1983 Kennedy half-dollar with an unusual minting error, it could be worth far more than its face value. In fact, one such coin has made headlines in the numismatic world. A 1983 Kennedy half-dollar that was graded in exceptional condition and exhibited a rare minting error recently sold for an astonishing amount at auction. This particular coin, which was in pristine MS-67 condition, fetched a jaw-dropping price of $82,000. This sale highlights the importance of not underestimating the value of seemingly ordinary coins. With the right combination of condition, rarity, and a unique minting error, a coin that might look like any other can end up being worth far more than anyone might have expected. So, what does this mean for you as a coin collector or investor? If you have a 1983 Kennedy half-dollar in your collection, it's definitely worth taking a closer look at it. Check its condition carefully. Look for signs of wear, scratches, and other imperfections. If it's in near-perfect condition or has a minting error, it could be worth much more than the face value of 50 cents. The bottom line is that the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar, while not as famous as some of the other coins in the series, still has significant value in the right circumstances. Whether you find one with a minting error or one that is simply in immaculate condition, it's a coin that has the potential to command a surprising price. As demonstrated by the record-breaking sale of a rare example, the value of a 1983 Kennedy half-dollar could easily reach $82,000. Top 5. The 1993 Kennedy half-dollar might not be the first coin that comes to mind when thinking about valuable American currency, but there's more to this coin than meets the eye. While it was produced in a time when the half-dollar was not as commonly used in everyday transactions, this particular coin still holds a certain allure for collectors, especially for those who know what to look for. This coin has an interesting backstory, and with the right circumstances, it can be worth far more than its face value. The 1993 Kennedy half-dollar was minted as part of the U.S. Mint's ongoing series honoring President John F. Kennedy. This coin, like others in the series, features a striking portrait of Kennedy on the obverse, created by artist Gilroy Roberts. The reverse of the coin displays the familiar image of the eagle from the Great Seal of the United States, a design by Frank Gasparro. It's this combination of historical significance and artistic elegance that makes the Kennedy half-dollar such a timeless piece of American coinage. In 1993, the U.S. Mint continued using the clad composition for the Kennedy half-dollar, a combination of copper and nickel, rather than the silver used in earlier versions. By this time, the half-dollar was primarily produced for collectors, as the coin was no longer widely circulated in daily transactions. However, even with this shift in production, the 1993 Kennedy half-dollar has a strong place in the world of coin collecting, especially when certain qualities make it stand out. When it comes to the value of any coin, its condition is one of the most important factors. A coin's grade can have a huge impact on its market value. Coins in mint condition, or those with little to no signs of wear, are far more valuable than their counterparts that have been in circulation. A coin that is graded as a MS 65 or higher is considered to be in near perfect or perfect condition. For collectors, finding a 1993 Kennedy half dollar in such high-grade condition is a true prize, and it can increase the value of the coin significantly. However, it's not just the condition of the coin that can determine its worth. Mint errors are another key factor that can greatly increase the value of a coin. Mint errors are mistakes made during the minting process, and they can create coins that are unique and highly desirable to collectors. Some of these errors might include off-center strikes, double strikes, or even misprints on the design. These errors are extremely rare and often command premium prices at auction. If you have a 1993 Kennedy half dollar with a noticeable minting error, you could be sitting on a coin worth much more than its face value. In fact, there's one particular 1993 Kennedy half dollar that made waves in the numismatic community when it was auctioned off for a staggering amount. This coin, which was in excellent MS-67 condition, was one of the finest examples of the 1993 Kennedy half dollar in existence. Its near-perfect appearance, combined with the rarity of high-grade specimens, made it a sought-after piece for collectors. When it hit the auction block, it fetched a price of $74,000. This sale highlights how even seemingly ordinary coins, like the 1993 Kennedy half dollar, can achieve incredible values in the right conditions. It's a reminder that the world of coin collecting is filled with hidden gems, and the key to unlocking their worth is understanding what makes them special. Whether it's the coin's grade or a rare minting error, certain variations of the 1993 Kennedy half dollar can be worth far more than anyone might expect. So, what does this mean for you as a collector or investor? If you come across a 1993 Kennedy half dollar, take a closer look. Examine the coin carefully for signs of wear or any unusual features. If the coin is in near-perfect condition, it may be worth more than you think. And if you find that the coin has a minting error, you could have a true treasure on your hands. In conclusion, the 1993 Kennedy half dollar is a coin that is often overlooked, but it holds significant potential for collectors who are willing to take the time to carefully assess its value. While the majority of these coins are worth only a few dollars, there are exceptions. The sale of one 1993 Kennedy half dollar for $74,000 serves as a powerful reminder of how rare and high-quality specimens can command extraordinary prices. If you're lucky enough to own a 1993 Kennedy half dollar in exceptional condition, or one with a unique minting error, it could very well be worth far more than you could have ever imagined.